Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Deasia Jones. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here again. Today we're going to talk about all things pregnancy, dealing with hyperemesis gravidarum, and that's something that I've experienced in that along my journey of going through my different pregnancies that I've come across the fact that a lot of women have experienced this too. Hyperemesis gravidarum, which is shortly known as HG, is really just, in layman's terms, excessive vomiting and nausea. So think about morning sickness on steroids. That's exactly what it is. And one of the biggest things that causes HG is just a rise in hormone levels. Short and simple, plain. I'm on my 5th pregnancy now, and I'll take you guys through the journey of what I experienced with my previous 4 pregnancies dealing with HG. HG can look like a number of different things. It can look like extreme weight loss due to the excessive vomit and nausea in the first trimester. I start like soaking wet. I'm like 120 pounds, 115 to 120 pounds when I'm not pregnant. So imagine losing 10 to 15 pounds during your first trimester. I was out here looking sad, looking real hurt, real bad. Going through my first trimester, I would always lose a ton of weight because I was throwing up on average 5 to 10 times a day. Like, it was really, really bad. We always try to figure out like, okay, what is it that we can use like to relieve this pain, because I just physically couldn't take it. When you're doing so much throwing up, your body feels weak, you feel depleted, you feel just like you just can't do anything. And it's honestly really debilitating, and it can affect your mental health. We came across something by recommendation through my midwife with my first pregnancy called dicleges. And so dicleges is a nausea medication that helps to subside. I will say that helped me. Like, that was my saving grace. Like, dicleges was it for me. I didn't find relief until I got into my 2nd trimester. And most times than not, I would have to go get at least 1 IV treatment to even receive the prescription for the dicleges, which I hated because I am not a needles person. I hate needles. I don't want to be around them. Like, it's just not my cup of tea. A lot of other women have different experiences with hyperemesis. So some women can go through the extreme nausea, they can go through extreme dehydration and have to go get IV the entire duration of their pregnancy. And that's something that I'm so grateful that I did not experience, and my heart goes out to so many women who have to go through the entire pregnancy because it's not easy at all. Being able to find relief in my 2nd trimester was my saving grace, because honestly, my mental health would suffer when you think about having a significant other, you're worried about your baby, trying to make sure that the baby is healthy and fine and that there would be no complications. Like, it's a lot to deal with. One of the things that always helped me have a positive mindset about going through HG is the fact that people told me that if you had HG, 9 times out of 10, you would have a very healthy baby. Like, that was kind of like the telltale signs. And that rang true for me. So, knock on wood. Fast forward to now, we're pregnant with baby number 5. And while I look chipper and I look happy and great and I'm glowing and all the things, I did experience hyperemesis during this pregnancy as well. But I did not experience it to the extent that I did with the past 4. And honestly, me and my husband, we sat down once we found out that we were expecting this time. We were like, listen, we're gonna get ahead of this thing and we're gonna knock this out and figure out what we can do to minimize this as much as we can. Here are some tips on how to deal with hyperemesis that worked for me this time. We looked everywhere for some relief, and none of the tips that those people gave helped me at all. These are some things that I did this time around, and hopefully they will give you some relief and make your experience a lot better. Going from experiencing hyperemesis up to 3 months, this time I only experienced hyperemesis for 1 month. This time around we did B6 and Unisom. Dicleges is honestly just a combination of B6 and Unisom. So I would take half a B6 and half a Unisom every single morning as soon as I open my eyes. You cannot wait until like an hour later after you wake up. You don't have time for that. Like, it's no time at all. As soon as I woke up, I took the B6, I took the Unisom, and I made sure to eat breakfast. A good chunk of my breakfast during my first trimester was bread. So like, I would do avocado toast, or I would do like fruits, whatever fruits that I could hold down, because I found that I could not do bananas. So bananas was out for me. Avocado toast for the healthy fats and for the bread to kind of like soak up whatever was going on in my stomach. That was my saving grace. Crackers also were like that was top notch. I will say with the Unisom, you will get a little bit drowsy because it is a sleep medication, but the longer you take it, your body will get used to it. Taking the B6 and the Unisom first thing in the morning and taking it about an hour to 2 before I went to bed at night, right before dinner, that was my sweet spot. The next thing is paying attention to what foods trigger. So when I would wake up in the morning, sometimes I didn't really want toast. I didn't really want anything kind of like heavy. I wanted something more light. I would go for a smoothie. But then I thought about my previous pregnancy and how I threw up because I was drinking smoothies. And all this time I thought it was a berry that was triggering, like a strawberry or a blueberry, but it really was a banana. So I ate a banana this time and I was like, my body was like, no girl, throw it out. We're not doing that. We cut out bananas for a little bit, implemented doing crackers. I'm vegan and gluten-free. Use the Simple Mills almond flour crackers or whatever the original kind of flavor was. I could not do anything super seasoned, super complex. Like the food had to be very bland, very basic, because going through eating those different things will trigger your body to want to throw up. If I felt like I was getting hungry or if I needed something on my stomach, I would eat crackers, have small little meals. So my husband, during this time while I was sick, I was on bed rest that I put myself on because if I got up and moved around, that was just too much for my body. So I did a lot of bed rest. I sat and I rested and he would bring me my food. I would eat my crackers, and then whatever food that he would meal prep for me, I would just eat small amounts of it frequently, and I would snack throughout the day. Because if you let your stomach get anywhere close to eat, it's a wrap. And the biggest thing you cannot do is drink water by itself. Water is a big no-no. And honestly, I wish we would have figured that out back 4 pregnancies ago. Like, if we could have just like, somehow someone got a little inkling about all this stuff, I wish I would have gone through and cut it out. But, you know, timing is everything. And I had to get to this point so that way I could share with you guys. Do not drink water by itself, because water by itself will trigger your nausea. Natural ginger ale for me, I was doing Reed's ginger ale and I was doing electrolytes, liquid IV. You could choose any electrolyte that you like. There's a lot of different ones on the market. I personally did liquid IV. I would sip on it throughout the day with a straw, and that would make me feel so replenished and so hydrated. And taking these steps and doing all these things, I did not have to go get an IV. Going through pregnancy, you need to have and replenish your body of electrolytes, and water just does not cut it. So the electrolytes help you so much in replenishing your body, giving your body the nutrients that it needs and the energy, and also just helping you feel more alive. Like, trust me. You do not want to play around with hyperemesis at all. I hope these tips help you. I hope you can take away some of these things and implement them if you're experiencing or think that you're experiencing hyperemesis. And also check with your OB or check with your midwife and ask them if they're familiar with hyperemesis, or if you think you have it because you're experiencing severe nausea, you're experiencing the weight loss, you're throwing up multiple times a day. Speak up during these appointments that you're having during your pregnancy and ask them if they think this is what it is. I hope these tips were helpful in your journey during your pregnancy. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. I'm excited for everybody who's expecting a beautiful bundle of joy. And let me know what other pregnancy content y'all want to see down below. I'm excited to document this journey and bring you guys along with things like what I eat in a day as a pregnant vegan, and kind of like natural vlogs and how we're preparing for a home birth and all the things like that. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.